Assalamu alaikum. Welcome once again to the second phase of the lecture of today, that is week 8. And up till now, we have a discussion. We had a discussion about the corporate governance in a deep. Then we discuss about general definition of the corporate governance. We had introduction of different authors of the corporate governance. Then we have another definition that can be directly from the board of directors, audited committee, and management. And then we discuss about the governance, the difference between governance and management. Then we discuss about the corporate body, what is corporate body. We discuss about the stakeholders, very much important. Then we classify the stakeholder. Then we discuss about the opportunity to protect individual interests, shareholders, controlling groups, outsider shareholders. We discuss about the lenders as well. Society at large has also been in the discussions as well. Then we discuss about the corporate hierarchy, that what can be the corporate hierarchy, the shareholder, the board of directors, the management, and the employees. Then we give a touch out to this corporate hierarchy in the shape of what? In the shape of research as well. So what does this means? That at any cost you have to do the stakeholder activity. Moving to the next, we also discuss about the key players that can be in the shape of the shareholder, board of directors, CEOs, and senior management. We discuss about the scope of corporate governance. Then now we will discuss the most important thing, the responsibility of the board. What are the overall responsibility in a generally, like in a broad sense, what the board of director will do, what the most important responsibility of the board. That is, the first one is the oversight, the general oversight with a proper thinking, with a proper planning, with a strategic thinking. He have to do some oversights. He should assess the future. He should plan the future. He should organize the different type of activity. He should give the future insight that can be happen in future. And then he have also to give the different type of solution to them. So overall, the responsibility of the board of director, he have to be very much vigilant. He have to play a role of the oversight. Similarly, directional responsibilities also came in part of the board of directors. Board of director have also to play the responsibility of the directions. Like he have to give the directions. In directions, what they do, the direction should be in such a way that will help the overall performance of the organization, or the directional activity will be directly linked with what, with the company mission and vision. And last but not the least, beside these three, there are also some other activities or other responsibility of that. However, these are the broad. The last one is the advisory. He should be an advisory committee, should be an advisory board in different type of activities. That can be nomination committee activity, that can be remuneration committee activity, that can be audit committee activities, that can be external auditor appointment activity. He should be very much intact with the advisory notes, advisory meetings. Why all these things? Why all these responsibility a board of director have to go or have to meet? Because at the end they have to come up with the overall performance of the organization, the oversight, the directional, the advisory, everything. All these things should be should be very much in what in should be very much important for getting the organization goals. Similarly, moving to the next one, the oversight function. What the or like the oversight function is. The oversight function is the approving of monitoring company strategic plans. Obviously, plans are developed with lot of concentrations, with lot of brainstorming, with lot of literature. That is why who will approve it? This is the duty of the board, that he have to approve the company strategic plans. Then beside approving, he have to monitor that as well. Why he will monitor? Because if there is any discrepancies occurred in the approved plan, then he have to control it. Next, moving to the approving annual budget and plans. Obviously, the annual budget and plan should also be approved by the board. In such a situation, what will be happen? That every organization makes the annual budgets, and for this annual budgets there is some planning. So annual budget is basically in estimations for future. So what will be happen? Let me get this call. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. जी सर. तो मेरी सर क्लास जारी है, मैं उसको तकरीबन 20-25 मिनट बाद सर आऊंगा. क्लास बस मेरी आन है, उसको खत्म कर रहा हूँ मैं. अभी बिल्कुल ऑनलाइन क्लास मेरी लगी हुई, 15 मिनट के बाद आता हूँ, उसको सर को कह दें. ओके. सो हेलो सर. सर DIC और कहाँ पे? अभी डीन की कॉल आई थी, वो सर बुला रहे थे मेरी, तो ठीक है मैं आता हूँ. ओके. Okay, so ensuring next, what will be the next? That approving annual budget, engaging outside auditors. Then you have to go for ensuring integrity of financial statements as well, reviewing of major operation as well. So talking about the oversight functions, what he have to do? He have to approve the monitoring. You have to approve annual budgets. Then they have to go for engaging outside auditors, like who will be the outside. Then they have to ensure integrity of financial statements. They have to review of major activities as well. It's a simple and self-explanatory. Similarly, moving to the directional functional, what board of director have to do? The first thing is they have to set the mission statements, vision statements, and value statements. All these statements should be developed on the basis or as a duty of directional functional by the board of director. Appointment of CEO is the responsibility of the directors, or if there is any senior managers, the appointment, then they have to go for it. Planning for succession of these managers as well as outside directors. Appointment, obviously if there is some outsider director, they want to go for any successions for it, the board, the directors are the responsible to do it. Are they? These are in their job description. They have to do. Appointing various committees like remuneration committee appointment, like budget committee appointment, like independent or dependent committee appointments, like different other committees, any other committee discrepancy, misappropriation committee appointment. All these appointments should be done by the directors, or prescribing code of conduct of the management as well. The what type of code of conduct has been prescribed by the management, it is the duty of the, or it is the responsibility of the board that he have to do it. So all these directional functions should be done by the by the board. Moving to the advisory function, general guidance to the management, what is happening in the rest of the world. It means on the basis of the benchmark, on the basis of the comparisons, he have to uplift the organization. Then he have to uplift the organization. He have to bring the different type of tactics from external world and would implement in the organization in order to improve their organization. Specialized input in certain areas. Obviously, they have to put some some things that should be very much. They need some inputs on the basis of specialization, so it should be done over there. Moreover, what are the responsibility of CEO? So talking about we just finished the responsibility of the directors. Now we will talk about the responsibilities of the CEOs. So the first responsibility of the CEO or any senior management is operating the company in an effective and ethical manner. Obviously, ethics are very much important. Operations of the company should be done in effective and ethical. Then drawing the strategic plan, we discuss about it. It is the responsibility of the CEO that he have to sketch, he have to draw, he have to bring with the strategic plans, then drawing annual plans and budget. Obviously, similarly board do the approval of the strategic plan and the budgets, and who develop this? CEO develop it. Okay, CEO develop this. Similarly, selection of managerial and other staff. Obviously, they have to took part in the selection of managerial and other staff. Similarly, identifying business risk, like business can have different type of financial risk, non-financial risk, systematic risk, unsystematic risk. He as a CEO should be responsible in order to identify this business risk. And the financial reporting is another important. He have to look at the financial reporting. He have to look at the window dressing. He have to observe the financial report in an efficient and effective way. And then, because financial reporting are the most important criteria of the organization, where the organization inspire the stakeholder for investment. Internal control is the responsibility of the CEO, and similarly code of conduct for all the staff is the responsibility of the CEO. Tools available to the board. The first tools, composition of the board. Obviously, they have to make the composition of the independent board of director, non-independent board of director, executive board of directors, and similarly board of directors. Like you can see the independence they can make the independence board of director. The committees, they can make the different type of committee, like statutory committee. They can make the remuneration committee. They can make the different other committee like executions committee. Moreover, other incentives are another thing. External help and government intervention is the another thing, that tools are available to the board of the directors. Similar balance on the board. Obviously, balance of talents on the basis of what? On the basis of finance, marketing, and production law. Balance of representation, as many stakeholders as possible on the board. Okay, balance of power, distribution of power between directors is very much important, because there should be a balance, like there should be no imbalance. There should be a partial distributions of the power, of the representation, of the talents, and of the views. Like every board of directors should be given a chance to view anything, like his view should be considered as well, should be taken. Independence is very much important. Like here we talk about the independence. So what is board of director independence is very much important, because if he will be independent, then obviously his plan will be very much intact. His plan will be independent, his approval will be independent, and his everything should be in a proper way. So independence is very much important. Independent from those who appointed them. Like board of directors should be independent from management and stakeholder. If they will influence him, obviously what will be happen, a decision will not be according to the marks. No special interest. He should not be there should be no common interest of him. There should be a special interest for his personal personal benefit should not. Meeting in absence of CEO or chairman. Obviously, if CEO or chairman is not available, who will do? The board of director will do the meetings. The concept of independent director, very simple, relatively a new concept in Pakistan. Like independent director is independent, he make independent decision, he is the king of his own decision, he has to take the decision without the influence of other. That is why only public sector companies have tried it. Private sector companies, like very simple, in private sector companies the owner are the everything. Owner don't give too much rights or too much power to the independent director. That is why public sector companies can exercise the nature of independent director. However, it is difficult to find out the independent director who make their personal decisions for the organization. It is very difficult to find out. No pool of professional directors available. Obviously, regular trying to popularize the concept. The role of independent director, providing independent professional view. Obviously, the view should not be affected, protecting the interest of all stockholders, serving on independent committee. All this is the role of their. And 30, the committees: audit committee, corporate governance committee, other committee, that is ad hoc committee, permanent committee. Obviously, audit committee can be in the shape of independent director because their decision should not be influenced. Corporate governance committee, independent director. Other committee, that can be ad hoc committee for investigation, and the permanent committee for the HR. Similarly, talking about the function of corporate governance committee, the first function is the compliance with CG rules. Either CG rules are followed or not. Then nominations of the independent director is the function of CG committee. Monitoring is their function. Safeguarding the independent is their function. Review of all information to board from management is their function. Drawing up CG policy and processes as well. Similarly, moving to the incentive, to the financial incentive, other like carrots and sticks should also be over there. You can just Google the carrots and sticks on the Google as well. You can find a lot of literature on it. Okay. Similarly, code of corporate governance, constitution of boards, conduct of meeting, management and corporate reporting, committees, external auditors, all common sense. Like this is the combination of internal and external corporate governance. We have discussed this a lot of time. Internal and external corporate governance as well. Objectives. Obviously, we protection, infusions, bringing transparency, improve reliability, introduce professionalism in board of director, reduce undue influence of controlling groups, and developing a corporate culture. So what basically this means, the last two slides are very much important about the codes of corporate governance and objective of corporate governance, CCG as well. So thank you so much for being with me. I'm going to share the slides with you people. And beside the slides, I just recorded these for you, so you can have this recording, and then you can use this recording by opening the slides. And if there is any question, you can come to me. I can go for it with you for any solution. So slides and recordings should be uploaded for the help of you guys.